这个车吧。
Hi, William. I think our rolling credits didn't roll.
Yes, where are our credits? Are you watching us, audience? Welcome. Bruce, are you there?
That was incredible. I was just
Whoa.
sitting here smiling.
Yes, where are our credits? Where is catchy music and our grand theme?
Okay, my bad. Not sure what's happened there. All too much. But anyway.
On with the show.
On with the show. I'll leave you to it.
It's 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in Sydney. I'm William Broom. It's great to have you back for a second episode of At Home on In View TV. We have a fun-packed show. We are wide open. We want you watching. We want you celebrating. And we want to showcase you the best of Australia's talent. Whether it's the arts, whether it's music, whether it's business, whether it's politics. If it's happening, we've got it on the show. And there's somebody very special I want to introduce to you. First, my co-host, I'm in Sydney. She's up on the Gold Coast on the Sunshine State, Belinda Joe. Welcome to the show. How are you going, Belinda?
I'm going very well. How are you, William?
Even better for speaking to you. The weather's certainly getting colder, but here in Sydney, we've had some beautiful, beautiful sunny weather, which always puts a smile on our faces.
Most definitely. And up here, it's been quite sunny every day, as you can see from my tan. So I haven't really felt winter yet.
I am so excited about tonight's show. We've got two finalists from Australia's Got Talent, one of my favourite primetime TV programmes. But before we meet our guests, we've got also somebody very special to introduce. Here's our executive producer, such a grand title, Bruce Mott. How are you going, Bruce? You're just the other side of the Harbour Bridge, I believe.
I am. Yes, I'm just the other side. Sorry, I've been jumping around here a bit. A lot to organise at the last minute. Thank you, William, Belinda. How are we? Looking forward to the show.
Oh,
really excited. Good, really excited. Pumped up for tonight's guests.
Got some
very
great
excited.
Guests. Yeah, really looking forward to it. There's a bit of talent on our show tonight, apart from our two hosts, of course.
Thanks, Bruce, and thanks also for helping put the show together and helping to find our guests, along with Belinda too. But I think it's time to throw to our first guest. Many of you will remember him from Australia's Got Talent, one of Sydney and Australia's best known and most popular singers, a wonderful member of the LGBTIQ community as well. Let's see a bit of him in action. Wow. Oh, we've got him in the act of drinking, drinking on the job. Hello, Greg. Fancy catching you here. What's a nice boy like you doing in a place like this? Greg.
Oh, I can't put my drink on the piano or my boyfriend will kill me. How are we?
It's all happening now. Greg, we are fantastic. We remember you from Australia's Got Talent. You played a big role. We do. Well, I'm actually lying. No, I seriously do.
It feels like
I seriously do.
Ago. Can you believe it's 7 years ago since that show?
It is pretty much a lifetime ago. But you've just released your brand new album, 1998. Tell us about that.
So it was. It started as a project was kind of a spin-off project. So I released in 2017 a duet with Maxine Jones. It was a 90s song and it blew up unexpectedly, craziness. And I thought, well, that worked. So I thought, what do people like about that? I think they liked that it was a 90s nostalgic song. And I think they liked that I stripped it back and made it into I think people really love acoustic versions of songs. So I thought, you know what, why don't I do a whole album of 90 songs done in that acoustic stripped back style and, you know, give new life to these songs, which is what I set out to do, more gospel-y and R&B sort of soulful thing. And I had a couple of singers that I wanted to do duets with on the album. It wasn't meant to be a duets album. And then I thought, hold on, why don't I make this a duet? The duet thing worked. And everyone that I actually put it out to first said yes. And I had more duets than solos. So I just picked more singers and it became 17 tracks, which started at 10. So we have 17 tracks and 21 vocalists. And 1998 was born.
Greg, two quick things. The title 1998, and who are some of your favourite duets with?
My favourite duets on the album is probably, I would say, the Anaya Day collaboration, because I've loved Anaya Day for many, many years. And funny fact, when I reached out to her on Instagram to do that, and that's how this relationship was born out of Instagram, I said, hey, I want to do this song, Love Like This. And she said she thought that I'd done my research. Her late brother actually wrote that song, and I didn't know when I pitched it to her. How crazy is that? And 1998, I was meant to release the album in 2018. I'm an 88 baby, so it was 888. It was going to be the 20th anniversary of all those songs, but then I lost my beautiful stepmom, Sharon, halfway through making the album, so everything went on hold. I finished the album at the end of last year, and we've released it now as a dedication to her. And all the money raised from the album goes to the Olivia Newton-John Cancer and Wellness Centre. And of course, last week I got a beautiful message, a video message from Olivia herself, which was wonderful.
Wow, beautiful. Belinda.
Yes, well,
If I let you get a word in.
We've been dancing away in our lounge rooms to your album 1998 as we've all been at home in isolation. How have you been coping with isolation? Are you dancing to your own album as well?
Look, I've danced to my album for the last 2 years since before everyone else heard it, so maybe not so much. I'm actually absolute shout out to Katie Noonan, who just dropped her album this week, which is exquisite. It's called Sweetest Tribute, and it's incredible. That's what I was listening to today. But you know what? I've got a wonderful partner. I've got a beautiful home. I've enjoyed having some time to myself, to be honest. I'm such a busy person that it's actually been nice to stop. And I think that that's the one thing that we've gained from this is time.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of people have been very creative and used the time wisely. Now, let's go back a bit. How did you first get into the music industry?
Oh gosh, how did I realize I could sing? My year 2 teacher, I brought in my first microphone tape deck and recorder, and my year 2 teacher made me sing in front of my show and tell in year 2, and she called my parents in, and I thought I was in trouble, she actually said, I think your son can sing. So shout out to Margaret Bolden, my year 2 teacher, who discovered me. Professionally, 21, after I sort of had some life experience and grew up a bit, I auditioned for Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, and that was my first professional gig as an adult. And I did 2 years of traveling, and it made me want to come home. That was 2011. 2 years of that, came home. 2013, about 2 months after being back on dry land, I auditioned for Australia's Got Talent.
But before that, you had auditioned for Australian Idol, hadn't you? And you had a bit of an experience on the show.
Yes. So I had been singing. So my first professional gig was actually at 14. But then I had a period where I stopped singing for a long time because my experience on Australian Idol wasn't great. I did my audition and I finished singing my song, and then Carl Sandilands, who was actually 360, became one of the judges later when I was 25 on Australia's Got Talent. But when I was 16, he was one of the judges, and he said, Greg, had said nothing about the song. The first thing that came out of my mouth was, are you gay or are you straight? And I hadn't even come out to my family. My mother was actually downstairs. Hi, boyfriend. Sorry. my mother was...
we love the boyfriend.
My mother was downstairs in the waiting room. I hadn't even came out to my mum yet. And he said, are you gay or straight? And I said, look, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm going through it. At the moment, I'd like to remain label free. And Mark Holden, which was really wrong for this time. I mean, we're talking, what, 16 years ago, said, oh, come on, mate, label free, that means you're gay. Straight away putting a label on someone that's just asked as a 16-year-old. I thought that was quite brave of a 16-year-old myself to say, I don't want to be labeled. Especially, we're talking at a different time to today where it seems much more easier to do that. Anyway, I got through. Then they said, okay, well, look, we're going to vote. We loved your performance, blah, blah, blah. I got downstairs and they had obviously sent a message to them via phone or whatever. They shoved a camera in my mum's face and said, how does it feel your son's come out on national television?
That is appalling. You were basically on a prime time
I was
show.
outed to my mother by the producers.
Devastating. That's pretty disgusting.
So
when you think about
it was horrible. And I said to myself, you know what? If that's what being a musician or being a singer right now for me means, I am not ready. Because I'm ready to sing. I love to sing, but I am not ready to go through that. So I stopped singing for about 4 years. I didn't even do karaoke.
Wow. But you're back now with a passion, aren't you?
Oh, look, it's definitely a thing of the past now. Look, I probably wouldn't shake Mark Holden's hand if he offered it, but look.
Now, a little birdie tells us you've got a piano in front of you.
Oh, I do. And I've been told not to put my drink on it by my boyfriend, so.
No drinks. No drinks allowed.
William, we go way back. I want to say congratulations to both of you. I know you both separately. I know Belinda from her radio show, and I know William from being amazing, a supporter of the LGBT community. And I think you filmed my first rally back in the day. Like we really do go way back. So congratulations, guys. And I would say that a time like this is great. Look what you guys are doing.
Greg, you are awesome, and you've been so supportive. I know you were outed on TV, but you've put that to good use, and you've supported the community.
I own my identity now, and I think that I have shared that story a few times, and I know it's helped some people. So you know what? It's about sharing your stories and being open and hopefully inspiring others. Now, I do have a piano in front of me. I'm disappointed you were not going to sing with me because you promised me a duet. But
it's your show. You are the star. This is your showcase.
It's your show. But I will sing a little something, something if you like.
Go for it.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No need for greed or hunger. I just changed the words to another verse. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Yeah.
That was amazing.
How do you stuff the words up to imagine?
You were amazing. Before you go, one of your music videos features one of my favourite Australian actors, Lynn McGranger, Irene from Home and Away. We would love her to come on the show. That's a shameless plug, I know, and I am begging, but we love her so much. It would be an absolute honour, and I know she'll be watching, to be on our show, because she was fantastic in your video, and I hear she's got a great singing voice too.
She does. I'll send her a message, and I'll let you know that you were an extra on her show and that you want to go from extra to host.
One of the friendliest people I've worked with. Greg, it's been an absolute pleasure having you at home on InView TV with me and Belinda. You're always welcome. We'd love to have you again. Have a great week. Thank
you, guys. Mwah.
Wasn't that amazing, William?
Absolutely. Isn't he wonderful? I absolutely love that.
Oh, I love interviewing him. As you mentioned, I've interviewed him before, and he's just always a delight. And if you want to catch his video, make sure you head over to his YouTube at Greg Gould Music to check out the latest video, The Boy Is Mine, featuring Lynn Granger, who we hope to get on the show soon. And now we are more than pleased to welcome to our show one of Australia's top celebrity impersonators, Mr. Ben Price.
An international star known for his stand-up and 200-plus impersonations. We welcome Ben Price to Good Morning Washington.
Donald, welcome here to CT Style. It is fantastic to be here.
From Arnie to Homer Simpson, there's no one he can't do.
I love China because they built a giant wall. Wait, hang on. He's president? What? No!
Ben Price is Australia's top impersonator.
Listen to me, Carl. Listen to me, Lisa. You guys are very good.
Surf's up, amigos. Wow.
You like that one, don't you? Little ladies love that one.
Hasta la vista. Get to the chopper.
I have a very particular set of skills that make me a nightmare for people in call centers.
Please, somebody give this guy a TV show of his own.
Oh, yeah, you think you're a really tough guy, huh? Yeah, you think you're such a tough guy?
That's nuts. That's crazy. And I thought Tom Cruise was mad.
Hey, mind your manners, Dr. Phil.
So excited to be speaking to you guys, man. I want some waffles. We can have some parfait.
Amazing talent you've got.
I know. I hope it's talent, or I might need to see a doctor.
They say a man is beaten every 5 minutes. I feel sorry for that man. He must be in so much pain.
Do you train? Do you work out? There must be a con like me in every prison across America.
Donut, is there anything they can't do?
Don't be alarmed by this. It's not special effects makeup. I had a dispute with the Democrat.
I love Mexico. I was talking to President Enrique Iglesias the other day, and
I'm wondering, would you like a cameo in my latest movie?
Every voice you do is just on the money. You're absolutely flawless in all of those characters.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Wow.
I was just getting into that.
Welcome, Ben, a grand finalist from Australia's Got Talent. You've been on the Today Show, a regular guest. You've been on Good Morning Washington, Good Morning Texas. You're international. How on earth did you discover you had a talent for impressions?
I know. And now at home, can you believe it? And by the way, are we social distanced enough with these little gaps here? I think we are. Yeah,
we're
I
now.
could almost high five and reach out. But how I discovered this talent, I was little back in the day and doing impression, a bit like your voice, William, because I had a friend who was English and still is, and he had that sort of voice. So that's when it all started back when I was about 10. And
that's really good, actually. That is that. I can often tell when Aussies do English accents, but that was one of the best, probably the best.
Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, because I love watching a lot of English comedies, and so it's really easy sort of to get into it. You know what I mean? And, but I particularly love John Cleese, who's one of my favourites, and so I grew up watching Fawlty Towers and having that British accent in my head, and so it's very easy to slip into because we watch it so much. It's great, and I love it. It's good to see you too, Belinda. I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, it's good to see you, Ben. Yes, watching. Ben's actually a good friend of mine, so I thought let's bring him on the show and showcase all his talents. And I believe that you've brought a few people with you today.
I have, and because they've just said you can have more than 10 people in the house, so I brought them all here. I've been with them for a little while. I've had there's over 200 people here, but we keep a good distance. It's all good. So I can bring a few if you want.
How do you manage social distancing in your head?
Oh, there's no social distancing. It's pretty crammed in there. It's like a live concert with the stars, and it's a bit manic. Sometimes I have to sort of switch off. Okay, the comedy brain's got to stop now and relax a bit. So yeah, but they won't know that.
In that show reel, we saw you doing Donald Trump. Is he one of your favorites?
Yeah, well, he's one of my favorites to do for sure because, there we go. We're in the White House. This is fantastic, by the way. I feel like my head's sticking at the but it's really great. And I love it when he just says things like China virus. The China virus has been really tough at the moment, really, really tough. And lots of social distancing from me because, I don't mind actually because I'm social distancing from Democrats, CNN people, and Nancy Pelosi. Got to keep more than 6 feet distance from her, believe me. It's really, really tough. But he is definitely a favorite of mine to imitate. As you can see, the thing before, I do get dressed up. I've got the Trump wig and I've got the fat suit. And my kids are seeing me dressed up as Donald Trump like every couple of days.
And I must tell you, You do Dr. Phil. That's the first time I've seen an impersonation of Dr. Phil, and you were spot on. Perfect.
Oh, thank you. Well, yeah, Dr. Phil's been. Hello, it's Dr. Phil here. Yeah, he's a great one, and he's had a bit of a resurgence because of the whole people needing doctors, and I think because I mean, have you seen the folks getting toilet rolls? Somewhere out there, a village is missing its idiot. Some of them are crazy than a run over dog. Yeah. So he is a lot of fun, and I have gotten dressed up as him in the past as well with the whole bald head. And I knew a guy once who actually didn't have the bald head cap. You got to put a cap on it, and he did Dr. Phil. I said, "How did you do it without a makeup artist?" He said, "I shaved my head." So I haven't gone to that much trouble. True story.
That's dedication. That's dedication. I've got to ask you a question. Can you do Homer Simpson?
Oh yeah, Homer Simpson here. And I'm so excited to talk with William and Billy. There's my couch. You know what? Everybody in the world is finally caught up to me, and they're all sitting on the couch watching TV every day doing nothing. So now it's not even my thing. No! Is this cool, isn't it, being in these little rooms? Wow. Yeah, he's a fun one to do.
We heard from Trump before, but I believe you can also do another prime minister who's in office right now.
Yeah, is that the British one?
The British one, yeah.
Boris Johnson has. I'm out the front of 10 Downing Street, and I had the coronavirus, and it's been really hard because I saw my doctor the other day. He said, "You look pasty. You're trying to." Think of words to say, your hair's all messed up. I said, great, I'm back to normal. Isn't that fantastic? He's a really good one, Boris.
That was spot on as well.
Oh, thanks.
You would know.
Brilliant. I've got to ask, I noticed that you also do Abbott and Gillard.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Abbott and Costello, because
them too, and Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, well, Tony Abbott was, well, it's... that's not Tony Abbott. I mean, looks, people might think
he's changed.
He's like, that is grew from Despicable Me. It's nothing like the Liberal Party, but some have thought they are despicable. And Julia Gillard, she was on the other side. So, yes, Julia Gillard was like, yes, I would exaggerate her. So, yes, one of those. I was almost doing Kath and Kim there. Look at me. Not too different with the voices. Yeah, they're quite similar.
One of my all-time favorites that you do, though, has to be Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, everybody loves Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's so much fun at the moment because he's telling everybody to get down. Make sure that you get down. I've been to the future, and I've seen the rise of the machines, but it's nothing compared to the war on toilet paper. And don't complain that the kids are home schooling and you can't get to the gym. Put them on your shoulders and squat. Do it now. Come on. Thank you for talking to me, guys. He's
Ben,
definitely fun to do.
How do you choose who to impersonate? How do you choose your characters?
Well, they're definitely in the spotlight. And the people that have got like catchphrases, and that you're seeing them all the time, and the ones that you go, I just have to send this person up. I remember, that was with Dr. Phil at the time, and then I remember Bear Grylls was like that. That was a season where Bear was everywhere, and he was like, this is really tough surviving during quarantine. The kids are going crazy. It's like man versus child. It's those kind of ones that you go, yep, I've got to send that person up, or they've got the catchphrases. So, yeah, there are some people who are in the spotlight a lot, and they're a bit just plain. There's nothing there that they can really give. I mean, ScoMo's been in the spotlight a lot, and his voice isn't really as exciting as, he's a little bit like, we've got to flatten the curve. We've got to, what's he say, cushion the blow, download the app, do a jigsaw puzzle. I finished it in a week. It said 3 to 5 years on the box, so I was pretty happy. Yep. Yeah. So he's all right. He's good to do. But there's sometimes ones that just don't give you much. Trump gives me so much material. It's like you just have to do him as an impersonator. You have to do ones like Sean Connery is very very exciting to do. A lot of ladies like that. I'm sure Belinda doesn't mind. I'm sure you don't mind as well. Well, he's got a great voice. He has. And De Niro, Robert De Niro, I always love doing him because the expressions on his face is just, I love to get that face with Robert De Niro. So every time I'm talking like Robert, it's one of those. There it is. I am watching you, right? Don't mess with me. And Owen Wilson's another great one because he's always going, wow. Yeah, it's like he's got a little secret. Wow. Yeah, we're not telling anybody. He's one of my favorites as well. And there's a lot more, which I can't even remember at the moment.
Ben, I've got a key question. Do you have a technique for learning somebody's voice and character?
Yeah, well, the thing is, I just tend to watch them over and over and over again, and it usually happens kind of subconsciously. Like, I'll be in the movies and I'm just watching the movie, not trying to learn a voice, and I'll come out and I'll be talking like Tom Cruise, and I'll be it was so exciting, Mission Impossible, and that. But then the more I study it, I'll sometimes watch them for a long time. I'll listen to the voice, look out for mannerisms. Sometimes it's like, oh, I can't quite get it, and then it's like, oh, it's just a higher version of that character, and I'm like, now I can do it. And I do a Christopher Walken, who's really fun. And I remember when I first learned him, I'm like, how do I sort of start off doing him? And then he was in some movie once where he just goes, "Excuse me, hello," and that's the go-to. Every time I do his voice, it's like, "Excuse me, hello," and I get into the character. Wow, he's got those high pitches as well, so you got to watch out for all those little things, and just the more you do it, the more it just becomes natural, really. So once you've got it locked in, yeah, it's kind of easy.
And Ben, we've got Bruce here. Hello, Bruce.
G'day, Bruce.
Hey, no, you haven't run out of time or anything. It's all going great. I just want you, Ben, here's one for you.
Yeah. Oh, Stallone. Well, I got Sylvester Stallone, right? So it's actually, I was one of the heroes of an action movies, but it's been really tough at the moment. I was going to do another Rambo, but I'm no longer the hero anymore. It's like the nurses and doctors are all the heroes these days. So I'm going to do a new movie called Ambo. You like that? There's a bit of a dad joke there, but I'm obviously allowed.
Love that. Well done.
And Ben, so we've heard from how all the characters are dealing with the isolation situation.
Yeah.
How are you dealing with it personally?
Well, it's so funny because there's so much material now, and yet the audiences just aren't there because there's never been more material. I'm getting ideas all the time, and so that's been really good. And what we're doing now is great. And then I've been doing all these shows online because everyone's doing video calls now. The kids are doing them all day long here at home. And I had a conference the other night. All these people in America, they didn't have to fly me in, didn't have to feed me, anything like that. It was just like we'd had dinner, and then it's like, I'm just going to do a gig in my office. And I did. It was so fun, and people are laughing and they're asking for requests. It was just great. And so I've been doing a few of these, and now it's really fun because people are starting to see, yeah, we can do that. We can have a good laugh. So it's slowly starting to happen, and I think it's what I love most about it is it doesn't matter. I can do them anywhere, any state. All the logistics, and I know you were with one of the airlines, and it's like, oh, well, I would love to fly. Sometimes I just want to travel, but for now, this is fun. I'm saving all the costs on that, and there's a lot of time to have material and spend time with the family. It's a difficult time, but there's a lot of good. You know what else is fun is that the kids are homeschooling, but we get to sleep in a little bit because we don't have to drive them too early to school. So that's been fun. I'm enjoying
Ben,
that.
I know we're living in unprecedented times, but what does the future hold?
Hold for me?
Yes.
None of us know. I think the future look, no one would have predicted it even 3 months ago that we'd all be like this. But so, I'm sure everyone's New Year's resolution's gone out the window. But yeah, I'm hopeful because at first I'm like, oh, who knows what? Now I'm like, I'm quietly excited for the entertainment industry because it's got a new platform. So I'm hoping it'll still stay and it'll work really well. But even if it doesn't, and things get back to normal, then that's great as well. But it'll take a while. But I've got a strong, I've got a strong faith in God that I'm prayerful, and I know that things are going to work out when I'm hopeful like that. So I'm sure everything's going to be good. Well, who knows? I feel like I'm starting to slip into a politician mode now and go, none of us know. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know. And this is happening with me. I'm doing press conferences with the kids every day. They're going, when are we going back to school? We don't know, kids. You've had your question. All right. Next, what does your sister want? Oh, what are we having for dinner? We don't know. Mum and Dad, we don't. So it's a bit uncertain, but I am hopeful and I am quietly excited because there's always that silver lining to a lot of things. You've got to look at it like that.
Ben Price, it's been an absolute honour and joy to have you on the show. I've loved your impersonations. You've been great fun. I haven't laughed so much for quite a while. So thanks for a smile and a bit of joy in our lives.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
And
thank you. Thanks, Boom.
Welcome
Thanks,
anytime.
Belinda. Good to see you guys.
Thank
no
you.
worries.
You too. Best of luck.
Thank you. Same.
Belinda, how are you feeling after that
amazing
1.5 hour?
I know, that went by so quickly, and we actually had more than 2 guests if you think about it.
We had some of the most famous people in the world. We even had a US president and a British prime minister.
How do they find the time?
I know, but they have the time for us. It's been an absolute joy. We've loved having Greg Gould. We've loved having Ben Price. There's a real Australia's Got Talent theme on today's show, and it's been enormously joyous. But you know what we do have to say? We have to tell listeners and viewers, tune in next week. I mentioned the competition last week. We're keeping you holding on. It's that good. We want you to watch next week. So do watch for the competition. It's an exciting one, and it's a great, great prize, and it will make you part of the show. But from me, Belinda Joe, and all the team, including Bruce Mott and, of course, Greg Gould and Ben Price, do join us again every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time on InView TV on our show At Home. We've loved having you. Talk to you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
It's all about beauty. It's all about passion. It's all about change. It's all inclusive every day of the week. When the world comes together, united as one, sharing stories through the eyes of InView TV. Through the eyes of InView TV.
Yay.